Hi, everybody. I'm back again. Yeah. Um, and yes, it's been a few days. That's just the way it's been. I can't say that I'm going to be doing a regular show right now just because my day job is too crazy and it's leading to me being really exhausted by the end of it all. Um, but I wanted to kind of stream to you guys because why not? Also because I'm I like hit a wall that it's been a struggle since like last week basically is when the struggle started and it just continued on from there. Oh well. um yeah, so what I'm going to be doing though is I'm going to start I thought about it all and I came to the conclusion that I got stuck in this one section of the story and I just couldn't get past it. And it was like being back in school again, where I was just sitting there and, eek. I guess for those of you who are just tuning in, this is me doing the Janowrimo still, where I'm struggling and fighting to get 25,000 words by the end of the month. After that, I'm going to be going back to reading. So you guys can. But until then, it's only a few more days, 10 more days, and then I'll be back to reading things. But tonight is about writing, and last night it kind of clicked with me that what I needed to do was, as much as I hate saying, pushing on toward the end and whatever, without thoroughly writing everything, there's something to be said for having that deadline of the end of the month. I have to have the full story written. Now, that's why I come into this book. This book is by the guy who did NaNoWriMo, and it's awesome. Like it is super, super helpful. By Chris Beatty. Anyway, so it talks about when you're going on week 3, and I will start. I'm going to read the part of it because it is exactly it. Standing halfway and seeing the future, appraising your progress. You've officially crossed the continental divide of your novel month at this point. Congratulations! Now is a perfect moment for you to put word count issues aside, size up your story, and figure out how close you are to the end. In your guesstimation, are you A, more than halfway through your story, B, exactly halfway through your story, or C, less than halfway through your story? So, okay. I will say this, that I am currently sitting at, like, this is where things get a little bit complicated for me. So, So, out of 25,000 words, I'm currently at 15,000. Well, 15,470. Okay. So, in that regard, I'm over. However, if I take a look at where my story is, 15,000 is not halfway through this story. Because I've broken up the scene titles. Like I have the scene titles already written out. And those are just the basic ideas, not even once I start writing and they bloat. So I still have to get all through that. So I'm not even halfway. So what does it say? If you answered A or B, hallelujah. Great job. Continue full speed ahead. You're right on track with the pacing. Blah, 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 blah. Great on you. If you answered C, though, we need to talk. Now, I think usually what they're talking about is like if you were not even, like your word count isn't there. Like this is where it gets kind of complicated, because for me, unless they're assuming you're going to be writing a 50,000 word story, and I already know that this is more than 25,000 for sure. It definitely was always going to be more than that, and I was going to break it up, but let me just put a pin in that for a second. So, if you answered C, though, we need to talk. The goal here is to have your, well, because it's NaNoWriMo, they're saying 50,000. So I'll say like, the goal here is to have your, 24,999th and 25,000th words to be the and end. Not because your book will really be 25,000 words when you've had a chance to edit it. In fact, your story will probably gain an extra 10 to 50,000 words around its midsection during revisions. See, and that's you kind of take that and you go, well, what? But wait for this. This is the part that kind of I get. No, you should try to complete a story this month, because you'll find the visionary work of creation becomes much, much more difficult after your 50K deadline expires and your inner editor moves back home to live with you again. So for the next 2 weeks of writing, you'll be bathing in dizzying amounts of momentum and literary moxie. So it talks about how you're going to be closer to your characters because you've been steeped in it for this whole entire time. And which means they want you to you need to finish it for that reason. Now, it's not even saying that you're going to have like a fully fledged story here. But this is what it says. If you're still introducing characters and haven't yet sent them out in search of a plot, you should sit down and figure out where they're going now. Well, that's not the problem. What are the essential scenes you can focus on writing over the next 2 weeks so that you can have an entire story arc completed in 2 weeks' time? Skip ahead if you need to, using lots of in-text notes. And that's key right there. Skip ahead if you need to, using a lot of in-text notes. That is my focal point right now. I have everything, all the scene titles written out. So I have like the super general. So what I'm going to be doing is writing, even if I just write a couple of sentences in each, and then I'm able to go back and then read. It's not going to be the prettiest writing, but I agree with the point that if I get to the end of this month and I don't have the full thing, at least everything touched on, every scene touched on by the end of the month, I'm going to lose what I am working on. So while I ranted about word count earlier, and I agree, I still don't agree with word count. However, if I talk about scene breakdown, which was what I'm focusing on now, I need to get all those. I need to get something that tells me what's going to happen in this scene at the very, very, very least. Now, if I wasn't doing Janowrimo, what I do now is I would go back. Well, this specific Janowrimo, because this specific monthly thing was to do just typing, to focus on my typing skill for like writing, not how fast. I mean, not how fast I can type, as in secretarial typing. Typing is in writing speed for creative work. What I am learning, and I am still learning a lot. Like this is so huge, and I'm really, really happy with this month, even though it's been really, really painful. But all of the pain has been super helpful because it's caused me to like really get a handle on what I think will be reasonable for when I'm doing like just general writing months, where I'm not trying to focus on getting a specific project done. I know what to expect for myself, what is reasonable, which is really, really huge. And I wish I would have thought of this years ago. I wish I would have done this years ago, but I didn't really have the grasp on it until, I guess, just recently. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. But what I want to do moving forward, I think, is when I get to a place like this, and I need to get all the scenes broken out. I have little scene sheets that talk about descriptions of, like, where does this scene fit in your novel? Why is it there? What drives it on? Like a whole entire detail, which is perfect for what I'm trying to do right now. That's just not going to happen, though. I just need to like plow forward. Although, I just thought of something really great here. Because what I can do is take that little worksheet that has like the questions in it, and I can plug it into my Scrivener, all the blank pieces, and then just fill that out for each scene. That way I'm keeping to my typing like I wanted to, but I'm able to do the brainstorming work that I needed to, not even brainstorming work, but just the getting the point form involved so I can get the story done. Yeah, I can't believe I always fall back on the same thing. Like it is my one weakness is I want to go chronologically every time. And I have a hard time just skipping over things I have problems with. Instead, I want to just plow onto it until I get through, instead of trying to like work on other things to like maybe have it come to me. That's just the way that happened. It's fine. Neither here nor there. But that was really, yeah. Like I said, this month has been a month of learning and getting some really great stats for like my writing. Getting some general processes down, like some idea processes down, which is good. And I really hate using that kind of term, because I'd like the idea of just being able to like just play with things. But there's also times where you need to do work, and you need to be organized and be able to go, okay, well, this is going to take me this amount of time to get done. Because I can't just simply count on, oh, I feel like doing this now, or it seems like it'll be great if I just let my feelings go. I can't do that right now. I need I love the idea. I want that life, but that's not my life I have because I have so many creative projects going on. I have to be more organized than simply going, well, I feel like working on this today, or I feel like working on that today. For example, I've got a comic page that I have to redraw because it is missing parts and it just needs to be completely fixed. Yeah, that's my other thing. But at least I got that, which helped me. The time I took away from writing and I worked on that kind of helped me settle my brain. So jumping from project to project for me can help as long as I know that I'm getting back to it. So again, another lesson learned for me, which was also really good. I don't know how that helps other people, but like I think it's just in in learning processes in general. Um and in knowing that when you get stuck, you do something to take your mind off of it. Don't be like me. Do not be like me. Do not try and sit there and bang your head against a wall because you're just going to get yourself frustrated. I'm saying this to myself as much as I'm saying it to anybody else who has the same problem I do. Yes, it's a problem because, but that's fine. It's not fine. I'm working on it. I'll get better. Was there anything else I really need to talk about? No. Now I'm just talking so that I can't go and work on the thing I need to work on, especially with my new idea for like putting in the little scene structure thing in there. I have to go do that now before I lose that. um, I'll talk to you guys all again. It's gonna be sporadic again. I'd like to say I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Sure. I mean, there's always a chance I'll talk to you tomorrow, but I'll try. I'll make an effort to try and keep this up because I want to try and at least end out the month, and then I'm probably going to go to a different structure with time frames. I think it might be like I don't know. I don't know what that story structure is going to look like for the schedule. That will be future me's problem to deal with and to like let you guys know about what the schedule is going to look like. For Twitch people, I do have the rest of that story that I need to finish reading to you guys, which YouTube people, I also have story stuff for you guys, which I also have to finish editing because it's not pretty editing. And that'll all happen later, probably at the end of the month. Actually, the end of the month is probably going to push, so it'll probably happen in February. Yeah. But that's not February. It's still January. I still got like another 10 days to go. And I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow night. Take care.